Hey guys, this is Dak here with the Dark Arkist. I just wanted to kind of get on and touch base with people about breeding and breeding for better stats and mutations and all that. Just kind of a breed basic video. I'm not going to go super in depth, but I just want people that breed to breed something other than just slamming two dinos together and then scratching their head, when the dinos make, babies that have ridiculously high levels and terrible stats. I'm going to start with my Quetzals here. Generally, whenever you tame something, the initial stats when the Quetzals tame, like the babies when they first come out, you look at them and their initial stats, these are the stats that will carry over from this baby to its babies. And the way you recreate something like this 358 I can recreate this by breeding this female to this male because they are both identical copies of each other with the same stats. So every single time these two mate, they will always produce a baby that is level 358 with their same stats because there's no variation between the two. Now, whenever you take and you've got something like this one, who's a 400 Quetzal, his stats are a little bit higher than theirs, but he's got a 32% imprint. So those Quetzals actually have a lot of his stats, but the imprint stat does not carry over to the babies. Any points that you use when you do level ups, those points will not carry over to your babies. The only stats that you can carry over are the base dino stats, either when you tame it or when it's born, you claim it. And whenever you tame a dino, the additional levels you get, the bonus levels you get on taming effectiveness, that those carry over. It's the initial tame, and then whenever you breed, the way it works is I've got this 400 here, and then I've got a level one. So when these two breed together, it has a chance to take stats from either the 400 or the level one. It's kind of just a randomized set. It doesn't always guarantee one side or the other. So when you're breeding, it takes time to get really when you're trying to get good stats on good dinos, it takes time to get what you want. You have to be patient and continually keep breeding. I mean, these three right here are all the 358s, and this one is 358, but I've already put points in it and imprinted and everything because I plan on using that one. But I've probably hatched, I don't know, 70 or 80 eggs to get those three. And then that's just to get the basic stats going the way I want them. And then now we're going to get into mutations and things like that because as you're breeding, especially when you start with low level stuff and you want to try to get colors because everybody wants colors. Say that one's got like orange feet. So as you go through the dinos you have a chance to get mutations when you're breeding. These all have one mutation, and I did this strictly for this video because they were both bred by level ones and came out of level three. When you get a mutation, you will not only you'll get two levels, but you also get like see this one, the mutation I believe is in food, and then it gave it a color. And anytime you breed, when you get a new mutation, that's exactly what you'll get. You'll get a stat and a color. And it's just kind of random on what you get. You have to honestly hope for the best. Like this one is a weight mutation, and it's got the one mutation, and he gave it a pink body. So when you're breeding, you'll get like that, and then that's just individual, easy, simple one mutation dinos. Then when you start getting where you get really selective, you get into things like these gigas, where with my gigas, you get into his stats, clicking, you get into his stats, and if you look, his melee, he has a bunch of mutations, and I want to say he doesn't have 50. He's been inbred because I've been breeding him pretty much on the same line as you can see because I've been trying to get stats to work the way I want them to work and getting stats off of other gigas and everything else. So I mean, when you go through and do it, there's I want to say approximately 20 mutations just in melee on him, and then the breeder side, it's got zero mutations. So I mean, I'm breeding him right now strictly trying to see if I can get some colors or anything like that. And this is one of those things that shows people the level of your dino does not dictate how good it is because I mean this one's got really good melee, he's got good health. he could use more stamina, which is something I'm gonna have to try to breed in later. But he's only level 282, so I have plenty of room to get more stamina. But I'm working on mutations. So as I get more mutations, if I get a color I like and I get a stamina mutation, then this one will be pulled out of the mix, and then the new one with the stamina mutation will be put in the mix because I'm going to be trying to stack more mutations and stamina to get that number up. And that's how stacking mutations work. The more you get, the higher you can make the stats. And it shows 20, but if you work it right and you keep the one side clean, you can keep stacking mutations and you can keep getting more and more and more mutations. You've just got to be patient and take your time and not rush the process because it's not a fast process by any means. Getting colors is not a fast process. The teal wings on the Quetzals is a mutation. That orange body is also a color mutation because all of my Quetzals, if you notice, I started out, they're all black. Every one of them is black. And even the black was a color mutation because our first two Quetzals that we were breeding originally were not black. But we got the black baby and the teal wings, and we like the look, so that's what we've been going with. And as all that goes, and then when we've got another simple little mutation thing, you have our berries over here, they've got a pink belly. They've got a handful of mutations and they're not overly mutated because when you go through and you breed, inbreeding is typically the way things end up getting done, but you can't help that because that's the only way you can stack your mutations. So if you look, the berry's got 4 and 4 on each side. There's room for more mutations, but we haven't really pushed to get more mutations because honestly, the belly just looks really neat like that. It's really bright, it stands out, and they're fun to play with. So again, if y'all got any questions, you want to see something, a little more in depth, let me know. I I enjoy doing these videos, and I plan on doing some more. So again, this is Dak with the Dark Arkist. Take it easy.